Welcome back, friends. Well, we woke up this morning to a light dusting of snow. That was a bit of a surprise. I was kind of getting ready for spring. So I got a call from the Real Martian, as you guys know is my neighbor Jeff, and we're going to go over there and see what he's been up to. A lot of big changes over there, and I think you might find it interesting. So let's grab the van, we'll head over and see what Jeff's up to today. The next shop I built is going to have a little bit wider door. There's about 2 inches to spare on each side of the mirror. Jeff asked me over here today for a specific detail. You've got some shop problems.
Yeah, I've had enough. We're fabricating, we're doing this huge project, and I just can't take it anymore, and you have more experience, so I figured you could help walk me through it.
I walked in, and you and your helper
had a volunteer here,
were working on the ground, and I'm like, we got to do something about that. Let's take a quick look at Jeff's shop, and we'll try to put our heads together. Maybe you guys have some ideas. We're going to get this sorted out so you can be more productive and have a better work environment, right?
Definitely.
This is your main working area here?
Yeah, this is where a lot of stuff happens. This is where we spend a lot of time in here. And as you can see...
I want to see the vise, because the vise is the heart of the shop.
Okay.
You had a vise, right?
Well, yeah, we have a vise. And it's mounted on top of this board on the original shelving that I had when I first built this shop, when we moved in. And it's bolted down.
Okay.
But you can see it's not level. It's not level front to back, side to side, and I put this board on here. Okay,
so room for improvement here. So on your workbench, you need to have a couple things. You need a good solid vise.
Yep. Got the drill press.
Drill press
and the grinder.
And are these bolted down?
This one's not, and they're not level.
I can relate to this, where you kind of grind with one hand and hold your grinder from vibrating off the bench,
right? Press really hard on it.
Okay, so what we need to start with is a proper bench.
We need a good fabrication bench where we can mount these things to and do the metal work without us being worrying about burning the bench because it's got wood underneath of it.
Okay, that's something we can definitely work with. So this here is really nice. You know, I love
this thing.
From my granddad, one of the greatest gifts that he ever gave me was his lifetime collection of hardware. Oh my goodness, that is so valuable. My dad passed on,
I got all of his fasteners, but they were all used to be in buckets. I got this and I absolutely love it, but it's not standard, and I've got this thing and all these tools are all over the place. It's been good enough for now, but it's no longer good enough and it needs to be fixed.
So you have to work in here in a pretty small environment, so having this organized and efficient is key, and that's kind of what you're lacking here.
Yeah, it's all over. I know where it's at, but I'm the only one who knows it, and now I have other people helping, and they need to be able to find stuff too.
Okay, show me, where are you guys fabricating right now?
Right now, we're spending most of the time on the floor.
And hang tight to the end, guys, because I'm going to show you what Jeff's building. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, the big major pieces are out of here right now. This is a template, but we've had to build the whole thing down on the floor. We have awesome welder, and we've got our bandsaw back there, but this is the work area.
So you totally upgraded your welding equipment. This is a nice unit.
Yeah, we went from Chicago Electric up to the Lincoln Electric, and this thing is amazing. It makes a beginner look good.
Have you noticed a big difference between a pro quality welder versus like a Harbor Freight?
Oh my goodness, yes. I have the Harbor Freight one, and it's amazing. It works better in weather conditions, cold conditions like what we're in. The Chicago Electric won't even push the wire through right now because it's not good enough. And the gas shielding is amazing. Like, I didn't know about that, but it is freaking amazing, and it makes all the welds look really good.
Huge difference. So you also, because you're doing so much fabricating, you've got a bandsaw.
Yes. Yeah, I used to have the reciprocating saw, and that wasn't going to be good enough for actual doing fab, so we needed to have this. The biggest problem that we have with this saw isn't the saw, it's getting the metal level when we put it on.
Right, so and you don't really have a good dedicated area. Also, it looks like we could probably improve on some of your storage there.
Yeah, I got my chop saw here, I've got the stand here, I got the table saw getting diesel falling down on it, dust all over the place, and we've got our supervisor Chicken, who instead of staying in her pen that we made for her, likes to get up here and
so you're dealing with that too.
Making everything dirty.
Okay, so we also need to kind of get this walled off in a way that where she can not come in here and
yeah, we got to get the stalls eventually framed in so that she stays in her pen and the dust in here gets knocked down.
Okay. Well, Jeff and I were talking. I've got some shelving left over from the old Jeep parts business. I think we've got some pallet racking between the two of us. I think we can put together a pretty good bench. But I think what we decided on is a good heavy metal machinist bench right here.
Right here, yeah.
8 feet, maybe 16.
16 would be great, yep.
Bomber vise mount right there. Get your hard tools mounted up there, and a place where you can weld and fabricate and grind and not be on the ground.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Up off the floor. And all this stuff's going to go up top for more storage. Get it out of the way.
Okay, so we're going to get started on this. We'll have more to follow on this, but give us some ideas. Here's what we're thinking. Big machinist bench right here. A universal kind of storage there, so nice standardized racking all across the back, about 16 foot, 5 shelves per. And I think what that's going to do, Jeff, is that's going to get all of your stuff, everything in here, neatly on one wall where you can free up the space, because this is kind of a barrier here.
Yep.
And working on the ground on that, just not what you want to do. So we could definitely do something about that. Speaking of the devil,
there's the supervisor.
Good grief, Jeff! You got what's this? A 53 footer?
53 foot dry van trailer.
So what in the world are you doing with this?
We are going to create a sustainable food and energy system with it. It's going to grow enough food for almost 4 people every day.
So this is basically going to be a self-contained, the whole thing?
All of it, yep.
Like the Garden of Eden in a semi?
That is exactly it.
You get a new compressor?
Yeah, got the new compressor because the little one I have isn't big enough to run the plasma cutter. So
that's a nice little compressor.
It works really good.
And you went with the Victor plasma torch?
Yes, really like it. Works really, really well.
I just used my torch doing that. I had to rebuild my wood stove, double barrel wood stove, and boy, it was so nice for that. This is a good machine.
They are very nice.
So what are you doing? You cutting out the back here?
We cut out the back doors, and we've got to cut all the knobs off here, and then actually build a wall back here and frame it all in.
You know, I've never used one of these cordless grinders. Are they any good?
They're really nice when you need to do something like if you need to put in a ground, which is what I was using it for out here for your plasma cutter. It works really great. But to do real work, you need a corded.
You need some little bit bigger batteries too.
Those would be nice.
Yeah.
They keep getting more and more expensive though. They're like ridiculous.
You need a DeWalt sponsorship.
That would be great. That would be great. We've got a lot of DeWalt tools. Yeah.
I'll see if I can talk to my friends over here. So we'll close with this, but this is what I wanted to show you guys. Sorry about the sunlight here. It just keeps coming out from behind the clouds. So this is pretty impressive. Now, you are not a trained fabricator, and yet you've built this whole underbelly.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of time in the design, and then going through and getting everything lined up, make sure we have the right tools.
It's pretty nice work too. I mean, it's really clean. You've done a good job on that.
We worked on it for a bit. I mean, there's mistakes in it for sure, but I think overall, I'm very proud of this. Like going from, I didn't have metal shop. I just learned throughout my life.
Right.
And being able to get the welder, get the grinder, get the cutter, and then put it all together and have it come together nice and flush. Because there's there's like, what are they, 12-foot sections here.
Yeah.
And they come together right here. And I got that seam is almost perfect.
It's
and
pretty
when you
good.
have two sections coming together like this, you know, it's easy for it to be off. I was really proud of this.
That is a tremendous amount of work. A couple more years and you'll get the patina.
I don't know if this one's going to make it.
The Carhartt patina. Someone asked me in a video a while back, where'd you get a white Carhartt jacket? Like, it's not white. It's just been around around a long time. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I wanted to, Jeff asked me to come over as we kind of brainstorm a little bit and come up with a way to help him get his fabricating going. Yep. You're going to get the materials. We worked up a whole material list, and I've got some stuff left over, and we'll cobble together some stuff without breaking the bank on this, hopefully. Yep. And then we'll come over, we'll do another part once we get that ready. So maybe next week you come over and we'll do some framing and get that workbench built up. But awesome. Anyway, more on this. If you want to, I definitely urge you guys to go over and subscribe to Jeff's new channel. We did a whole pivot. We went from Hab 1 to this. A lot of big things going on and very exciting. So make sure you subscribe. I'll put a link down below to The Real Martian.
Yes. Yep.
Jeff and I are good friends and neighbors, and look forward to sharing some of this with you guys, because it's starting to all come together.
It is, yeah.
You just need a good shop.
Just need a way better shop. Way better shop.
No, when I moved...
That can handle both standard and metric.
I'm not going to have anything to do with the metric. You know, you coming from a science background, I know you're partial to the metric,
I have
but
to do both. I have to do both. I have to live in both.
Isn't that why the space shuttle blew up? Is there a
There's
mix?
probably many reasons why. That's one of why the one Pro blew up. That's for sure.
That's what I always blame it on, is the
It's
metric
always
system.
the metric system.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, whenever I make anything with a metric system, it lasts half as long as the Imperial. I don't know why. I can't explain.
If I had a better shop, it would last longer.
Thanks for watching, guys. Go subscribe to Jeff's channel. He's a good guy, good family man, and good friends of ours. And we're going to have some more stuff to share over here. You're not going to want to miss the shop makeover, because that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So, all right, thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. We'll see you guys. Keep us in your prayers, both of us, please, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire.